This How to Do Florida segment is presented by Visit Florida.
Florida had very few natural resources when it became a state in 1845. One thing it did have was millions of acres of old-growth forest. Trees that quickly turned North Florida's waterways into a river of lumber as they were felled by the thousands and rafted downstream to fuel America's ever-increasing appetite for growth. The Choctawhatchee River runs right through Florida's panhandle and was used during the 1800s by loggers who would float cypress logs down this river to a local sawmill. About 10% of those logs never made it, sinking instead to the watery depths where they remained for over 100 years. Lack of oxygen and cold water preserved the logs as they lay on the river's bottom. Called deadheads, they've become modern versions of buried treasure. Once recovered, they command as much as 20 times the price of regular lumber. If this is buried treasure, then these guys are the pirates who go after it. Intrepid souls who risk life and limb to recover these valuable legacies of a bygone era, and who apparently don't watch much TV, as I found out when I called Rich Mitchell.
With what show? And you want to do what? I don't know about that.
Okay, so I'm not a household name yet, but I do have a house I'm remodeling that needs a fireplace mantle. And not just any fireplace mantle, a piece of Florida. So I pointed the truck towards Northwest Florida to see firsthand what it takes to raise a deadhead. The Choctawhatchee River is located right in the middle of Pensacola and Tallahassee.
Rich Mitchell, nice to meet you, sir.
How you doing, Rich?
Not too bad. Welcome to Northwest Florida.
I don't quite know what I got myself into, and
You got yourself into a whole lot of danger. This is not something that we just let anybody come up here and do. You're fixing to get off into a river full of alligators, poisonous snakes, and beautiful lumber. Diving in the river for deadhead logs is extremely dangerous. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it probably about an 8.
How many times have you done this where someone's called you up and wanted to come and pick their log from the bottom?
Never.
No.
You're the first one.
Man.
You got to really know what you're doing diving rivers, most especially if they current and swift running rivers and deep.
This river diving is a lot different from diving in springs and clear creeks and stuff.
Guys, see you guys tomorrow.
Take it easy.
See you in the morning.
Whew.
I honestly don't think my co-workers thought I would show up that morning.
Oh, that darn thing.
Hey, look here. Look who showed up. You actually showed up this morning.
I want it that bad.
This is your dive partner. This is Bobo. And he's going to be
Bobo.
in charge of your safety today.
So off we went, hoping to finish the job another logger started over a century ago. So the logs we're looking for have been chopped at least one end, have a mark on it, and it's obviously at one point 100 years ago they were being logged in this river. That's what we're looking for.
Exactly.
Traveling upriver felt like we were going back in time when logging equipment looked nothing like today's sophisticated machines. Unfortunately, that feeling of traveling back in time continued when I saw some of the equipment we'd be dealing with.
What the heck is this thing?
All right, this is our little rig right here. We got a 12,000-pound winch. This is our remote right here. We don't have a button. You just touch these two together. When we get that cable around a log, that's up.
Whoa.
When you want to go down, that's down.
So black and green is down.
No. Black and green is up. Yeah, it ain't that hard to remember.
Black and green is up. Black and white is down.
Simple.
It's going to be a long day.
Not only is my mechanical experience being tested, so is my choice of dive gear.
What is all that?
I don't know. Just bought it yesterday. The heck? Look at this Bobo. My BC came with a DVD.
You sure you've done this before, Chad?
I don't know how you going to maneuver with all that crap you got.
Well, that's one heck of a get up there. Let me have those. You're not going to need those where you're going.
Yeah, they look really good on me, though. I mean,
Well, them are for a swimming pool at home.
okay, so Bobo, what do I get in my hand here? What is this?
That's wheel off a Chevrolet pickup. That's gonna hold us down on the bottom.
What happens if we get separated?
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
You'll come up somewhere down yonder, the rest will get you.
Good luck. Find a big log.
That's our step one, find it.
I'll be honest, this is a little freaky. Here we go.
Now I'm an experienced diver, but being underwater here, redefined for me what dark is. I knew I wasn't alone, but I felt like it. Vulnerable and isolated. It's so black, you don't know which way is up. I finally reached the bottom. The current was moving us along the bottom at a rapid rate.
I need to go down there and get them. They went a pretty good ways down the river in a real short time.
Just as I was starting to calm down, everything went black. I couldn't find the bottom anymore. And it was then I knew that I needed to head to the surface.
I was going good for a while there, and then it just got deep.
I figured he'd lost his rope or he was panicking or something. He looked kind of scared when he come up.
I think I can go back down there, man.
I forewarned him of what he was getting into.
It is so black down there. You don't know where in the heck you are or what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't think Chad knew what he was getting into when he went down in that cove with me.
It spooked him.
That current, once it catches you, it'll take you away in a heartbeat. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Give you a whole new aspect on it, doesn't it?
We headed for shallower water, where the log hunting wasn't as good, but my comfort level was.
What are we looking for?
You found them 90% of them with your feet. You know how we were traveling backwards?
Yeah, your feet are kind of, your toes are kind of bounce on the
I
bottom.
can tell you the difference in a pine, a oak, or a cypress with my feet.
With your feet?
Yeah.
Wow.
But dive after dive, we came up empty-handed.
We drifted maybe 100 yards. Now we're going back upriver. We're going over. I'm going to come back a little further to the right. So that's how you work the river. You go back and come forward and go back, go forward, go back.
Till you hit something.
With time running out and morale running low, suddenly, there it was, looming out of the depths.
We got one. Oh, it's a good size one.
He worked all day. And when that log came up, he was excited.
Now what do we do?
We'll go get the float, we'll pull it to the top.
All right.
Let's go get that log.
That's the signal.
Suddenly, my log makes its way to the surface, seeing the light of day for the first time in over 100 years.
Chop in right there.
Green and black, Rusty. Bring her on up, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
I tell you what, there was something about being down there with that log, knowing that the last person to touch that log was probably 100 years ago. Rusty, to the mill.
While my big, beautiful cypress log gets pulled ashore and hauled off to the mill, I take a moment to explore. And for a lover of wood like myself, this place was a virtual playground.
This is an insanely huge mountain of sawdust. Might be one of the biggest elevations in Florida right here. I'm not sure. This is sawboarding. It's been around for about 10 minutes. And you ride it, baby, you ride it. Okay, I'm done.
We've been talking about old-growth trees. Rich shows me a great example of what an old-growth cypress really looks like.
This thing is huge.
It's a massive tree. It's an old piece of Florida right there.
That's what I love about what you guys do, man. Just that you get to touch, feel, unearth history like this is pretty cool.
And now for step 2, cut it.
Rich, this is one heck of a bandsaw, sir.
Yes, sir, it is. And it looks like
gosh.
you got you a nice axe chop log here that we're gonna slice into a mantle.
Let's open her up. Let's do it.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Oh my gosh. Rich, this is absolutely beautiful.
Let's see how pretty it is.
Oh man. This is special.
A lot of history,
Oh, that's neat.
a lot of hard work went into it, not just today, but a lot of hard work went into it 100
Yeah.
years ago.
You know, looking back on what I just did to get this log up here, I can't believe I did that.
You're a very lucky individual. Not too many people get the opportunity to do that.
It's gonna look beautiful on my fireplace mantle.
And finally, step 3, mount it.
It's in. Okay, I'm on my way. Oh my gosh, I just got word from my contractor that the mantle came in this morning and he's just installed it.
Well, hey, honey.
There it is. Hey, baby.
Oh my gosh. Hey, how are you? How was the shoot?
That's good.
It was good. We were
Yeah?
hunting skunk apes and didn't get any, but it was good. How you doing?
Oh, good, good.
Here it is.
I guess you see this was just delivered. It's pretty nice, isn't it?
Beautiful. I love it. What do you think about it?
It's gorgeous. It's really nice.
To have a piece of Florida like this in our home, I mean, this is just absolutely spectacular. Here it is. It's our mantle,
There it is.
and I'm loving it.
Beautiful.
This How to Do Florida segment was presented by Visit Florida.